this is my custom piece that I just got. You can see the lace is still in the front, so I'm gonna trim that off. And then this is a skin on the back that the hair is injected into. And then this is the lace in the front where the hair is actually tied on to give a more realistic hairline. So when that goes on to my skin, it just disappears. Just see here. So when that net there goes onto my skin, it really just, you won't be able to see it anymore. So I'm really looking forward to it. I think I shaved too much of my hair off the last time, so I might have a little bit of a gap in the back, but this is a really beautiful, beautiful system. I love the color, so I'm excited. Hey everybody, I just wanted to give you a little update. I've been wearing my custom piece now for about 2 weeks. It's been really awesome. I haven't styled it today, but I just washed it so that you can see what it's like au naturel. I really like LaVivid's hair systems. They hold up well. They're soft, and this one's actually about to come off so that I can clean it and redo it. We're about to look at that here in just a second. And then because I ordered this a few months ago and then shaved too much area at the top, I've actually got a little piece in the back to kind of make up for that as my hair grows in. So sometimes you have to be a little creative with these things. Okay guys, so I'm here, I'm about to take my hair off, but first, before I did that, I wanted to just kind of go over a few products that I'm going to be using to do that. I'm going to use Walker tape lace release in the front, just spray it down even though it's coming up. It helps keep more of the adhesive on the skin instead of the system, so it's easier to remove. And so I'm just going to spray that right in the front because that's where the lace is, and the rest of my system is a skin system, so I don't need it on that because it's not going to penetrate all the way down. And then after I clean it up, I'm going to use Bond Breaker shampoo to clean my hair and my system with. And then I'm going to try Walker's signature line. I've tried it once before, but I don't think I applied it right and it didn't last very long, so I'm going to give it another go. Maybe I can get a couple of weeks out of that. So I'll let you know about that. And then for the front, I'm actually going to use their No Shine tape, the contours. I find those very easy to use, and I've been really having a lot of fun with my clients because it doesn't take as much cutting with the tape, and that can be a little bit difficult sometimes. So I'll give you a little update here in just a minute. All right guys, so I have the Walker lace release here. I'm just going to spray that right in the front. I'm almost out of it because I've been loving it. And it's an alcohol base, so you don't have to worry about it being oily. And since I do it myself, I have to make sure I keep my head back. And then just rub it in there really good. And it seeps in, and then it starts removing. As you can see, that lace is already coming up right there in the front. Right there, you see the lace just releasing. And then most of the adhesive is left on my scalp. So then it's easier to clean up my unit. And I'm just gonna go ahead and pull this up. I think it's been on for a while, so I think that it should be fairly easy to come up. And that's it. Now most of the tape is off of my head and the unit, and I'm just going to work on cleaning this up. I used the Ultra Hold on the perimeter of my poly unit, as you can see. So I'm just going to go through and get the rest of the tape off of here, get the adhesive cleaned up, and then you can see in the front where I have the lace, and then this part is the poly system. It's really nice. I really like it. So I'll be back in just a moment. Okay guys, so I've got my system cleaned up, and as you can see, I've got my head shaved down and got all the little hairs off of it cleaned up really nice. You want to make sure that your scalp is clean 100%. If you feel any oil, any residue on it, it's going to affect the bond and it's not going to hold as long. Some people always ask, you know, I can't get it more than a week. Well, make sure that you're doing the right steps to ensure that. So this is my custom unit that I'm going to be reapplying today. I really love it again because the lace is in the front, and I had them put some white chunks in there so that when I put it on it, I feel like it gives it just a more realistic look, and it kind of gives it more of an edgy kind of style. I don't know, I think it's fun. And so the back of it is a poly base or skin base with the hair is injected into it. And then the color, the front of it is 1B with 30% gray, and the back has got 20% gray, so it kind of gets a little bit darker as it goes. And with the white chunks on the front, it really matches my sides where I have some white chunks in there. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my stand here and just put my hair on the stand and get it prepped with the tape in the front. And then I'm gonna use the signature adhesive in the back in this part so that I can just lay it down and not have to worry about tape at all. Okay, so as you guys can see, I have the Walker Contour No Shine tape for the front of my system. And what I'm gonna do, it says this side is on the scalp, so this has to go on my skin. This part where you find the two tabs needs to actually go onto the system. So the way that I do it is I just pull, let me see, that goes onto the scalp. So pull these two tabs off because that's gonna go into the system. And then it contours right in the front there. So just lay that down. And also my lace system is dry, and I've prepped it with some alcohol to make sure that there's no oil on it, because that would affect the bond as well. Just gonna hold that in place a little bit. So just make sure that that's really stuck down. You don't want to come above the unit. You don't want any tape to shine in the front. And then what I do is I go ahead on the corners there, you'll find an edge that you can just lift up and peel that all the way across. And then that tape is stuck down and it's contoured, so you don't have to do any cutting there. And then I do use 2 more contour pieces for that edge there and this edge here. Some people may not. I don't know, it's just easier for me. And I want to make sure that there's no shine in the front. So I'm just gonna lay this here, kind of at that angle, so that, okay. So I just laid this other piece with a round side at my unit, and I'm gonna do that on the other side as well. And again, this is the Walker No Shine. So I'm just gonna go ahead and peel this off here. Move my pins over. And again, right there at that curve, I just want to match that up. And they do overlap a little bit, which is fine. But I don't like it to overlap in the front. But that way, it's all no shine tape. And if you do go over the edge a little bit, just make sure you push that back. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take this off here. Some people don't like to use tape on the skin systems, the polyurethane systems. I've never really had a problem with it sticking to the point where I can't get it off or ripped the system. I would think if you did like a double bond with adhesive and tape, that might be a little bit stronger, but I think that this is fine. All right, so now that I have my no shine tape on here, I'm going to go ahead and apply it to my scalp with the signature adhesive by Walker. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. I highly recommend going and seeing someone to have this service done. I can speak from experience that it is very difficult to do this for yourself. And it's not as fun. You get to relax and enjoy. Okay, so I just have the Walker brush here, and I'm gonna use that to just go ahead and put it on my scalp. The scalp protector is now dry, so I don't have to worry about it affecting the bond by not being dry. So just so you guys can see me. And this is for me, so I'm not gonna worry about double dipping. Again, this is where it gets a little bit tricky because I need to make sure that in the back here, I'm getting it in the proper area. I don't want to go too far back and have the adhesive coming out from underneath the hair system or getting stuck with any other type of hair. That hurts sometimes to pull it out. You have to be kind of flexible to do this too and have some good dexterity in your arms. So So now that I went ahead and did the back first, I can go ahead and move my way forward without having to worry too much about getting it on my hair in the back. I did shave too much of it back recently, so I am trying to regrow about 1.5 inch little area back there. And I'm just trying to get a nice even coat moving forward. I could pour it out on my head, but I don't really like to do that because I can get kind of messy. And since I'm doing it myself, I like to try to be a little bit more controlled by using the brush. But everybody kind of has to find their own thing. If you're doing this at home, you definitely have to find out what your rhythm is, like your steps and your process. I think because I'm doing it on myself, it takes me about 1.5 hours altogether. And what you guys didn't see was me scrubbing all the adhesive off of my system, peeling back all the tape and stuff. And I have some cotton that I use. Just pull a little piece of cotton out of there and clean my system off with it. The adhesive gets stuck to it really nice. So then it just kind of balls up. I'm not gonna go too far forward with this adhesive, again, because I'm gonna use the no shine tape. And that way, in like a week, if I decide that I wanna redo the front, I can just lift that front up, redo the tape, and then put it back down if this adhesive is working, and I can get 2 weeks out of it. All right, so it's already kind of starting to dry a little bit. Getting a little bit stringy, so I'm gonna go ahead and let this, make sure I got all my area. I'm gonna go ahead and let this kind of get a little tackier. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put one more coat on there. You definitely want to give it a few minutes to dry in between coats, let it get nice and tacky. And then again, I'm letting my unit here with the tape at the front just kind of sit dormant while I work on my scalp. And then in a few minutes, I'll apply another coat, and then it's time to put my hairpiece on. All right, guys, so final leg of the reapplication today for my hair system by LaVividHair.com. So this is the Walker Just Right Positioning Spray. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a couple of just squirts on my scalp. And what that does, it creates a temporary barrier so that if you need to lift it up and move it around, since this is a quick bond, like you put it down and it's gonna stick. So just in case I need to switch it around, since I'm doing it on myself, I am gonna use the spray, and that just gives me a couple, like 30 seconds just to switch something up if I need to. So if you're gonna do this at home, this is definitely a good tool for your toolbox. So just 1, 2, 3. It kind of has a nice, I think that's eucalyptus, no, mint, some kind of minty kind of smell to it. All right, guys, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try my center point there on my hair system, and then I have to line that up. And I put my thumbs where my corners are, middle lined up to my middle there on my scalp. Okay. This is so scary. Okay. And I'm gonna just go ahead and tap that right there. I think that's in a good spot. I'm gonna come over here and connect my corner down. And then I have to make sure with my mirror that I got it right. Okay, that corner looks good. I think I'm over just a little bit. And then I'm just gonna kind of work that down and back. And hopefully it lines up. I always get nervous about doing my own systems because you can't really tell exactly where it's going down. And if you don't get it right, then you have to start all over. So let's check out the front there. It's pretty good. Want to make sure everything is pressed down nice and snug Feels pretty good. No lumps in there. Oh, that's awesome. That's the one good thing I have to say about not using the tape back here. It feels so good and so light. So let's get some leave-in conditioner by Redken. Some 21, or One United. Has 21 benefits. And then I'm just gonna brush some leave-in conditioner. And when you're brushing, I always go down away from the edges. I don't wanna catch an edge, so I don't ever go against my edges of my system. All right, guys, so this is the first time I think I've done this kind of extensive video, you know, going through the whole process and what I'm using and everything. I have to say though, LaVivid has been really cool. They've been really good to work with. They're very helpful. If you need a contact with them, please let me know. You can always go to their website, lavividhair.com. Using the code that I have for you in the comments, and I'll leave a few more details. And please bear with me as I'm trying to get used to everything. I'm sure I'm going to look back on these videos one day and laugh, and I hope that you will too. So thanks again for tuning in and watching my hair progression in my videos. Hey everybody, so I just redid my hair system by LaVividHair.com. This is a custom piece that they built for me. Usually custom pieces take about 2 months. They can make it any color, any shape, any size that you want. Just tell them what you need. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put a little, I have some rough paste by Redken. So I'm just gonna put it in my hair for a little control as it's drying. Really, I like to go opposite and then bat. That way it gets some of the product underneath so it's not too flat. It looks real crazy at first, and then once you take it back, keeps a little bit of volume in the hair. And you just kind of play with it and shape it. I'm gonna activate some of the curl in there by scrunching it just a little bit. I like it a little messy looking. All right guys, so that's it. I just wanted to put a little product in there. And with these systems, it's really good to use a little product because it is just like your hair. It will get frizzy. You go outside, it will get wind blown. If you run your hand through it throughout the day, it's gonna get messed up. So I definitely recommend using product. You just need to be careful what you put in your hair. Anything that's too oily can affect the bond, and I don't like to use a lot of stuff with alcohol in it because that can dry out the hair. I do like some of the Redken Brews by Redken, and then I use some of the Olaplex products too, like 6 and 7, just on the ends. Sometimes though can be a little bit heavy, so you want to be careful. The number 7 oil by Olaplex though is really good to kind of keep the hair system soft and pliable, and this oil actually seeps into the hair, but I try not to get it too close to the base either, just in case. Good morning. So this is my hair after I put it on. I actually put it on a couple of days ago, but as you can see, I have some white chunks there in the front, which I love. It really gives it more of a natural look to it. It blends into the sides, and I'm gonna have it cut shorter just because this is a lot of hair for me. It'll be a little bit more easy to It'll be easier to maintain, but I do love it. And this is my custom piece by LaVividHair.com. Hello everybody, so I'm just coming to you after about 2 weeks of wearing my new custom piece by LaVividHair.com, and I just wanted to show you how well it's holding up and the texture. It looks really good. I love it. I could have probably done a better job styling it this morning, but it is really nice. The texture is really soft and pretty. It lays in. I like the little wave that I have in it. And the gray in it is really soft and it looks very natural, which I like as well. So I definitely recommend, if you're looking for a hair system, definitely go to LaVividHair.com and they can help you out.